Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. In case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're actually doing a request. It is basically a full body flexibility practice. However, it is specifically designed for a long travel day. So maybe in an airplane, maybe in a car, or something where you are seated for a long period of time. Maybe that is just your day-to-day job. Find a little bit of space to move, somewhere to sit if possible, and let's get started. So we are going to begin today sitting down. If you want to sit in a chair of some kind, again, depending on where you are, maybe you're in an airport and you don't want to sit on the floor, but maybe you do. Find a seat where you can have a really long spine. We're also going to avoid putting our hands on the ground today as much as possible. So find your way into a nice comfy seat. Again, bring some length into the spine. Feel free to let your eyes close as well. Let's take a slow, deep breath in and a big breath out. Do that again. Take a nice, deep inhale. And let go of your day as you exhale. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then start to let your chin tip down towards your collarbone. Keep your spine nice and long. Take a moment to let your shoulders fall from your ears. Relax through your forehead. Relax through your cheeks. Your jaw. And then using an inhale, start to roll your head over towards your right shoulder. As you exhale, bring your head back down. And take an inhale as you roll your head to the other side. And exhale, bring your chin down. And just kind of keep rolling your head side to side. Nice and slow. But also moving at your own pace. And if you do feel comfortable to make this a full circle, you could add in a little movement of the head coming back and up. But only go there if it feels good and if it feels easy. And then if you did start to make full circles, we'll switch direction. Maybe sitting a little taller again. Maybe you're still doing your gentle half circle. And the next time your chin comes back down towards your collarbone, stay there, sit taller, and then lift your chin back up. Reach your arms up above your head, maybe interlace your fingers, pushing your palms up. You could take a little lean over to one side, and then the other side, and do that again. And back over. Find your way back through center. Let your arms come back down, your hands to your knees or your lap, and then take a shoulder roll. Nice, you guys. So we're gonna make our way to standing next. So maybe you want to turn to face a wall, depending on where you are. Bring your feet hip width apart though. Stand nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back and down. We're going to be bending over a few times. So that's why I said maybe you want to face away from a wall, I guess. So take an inhale, lengthen your spine. If you want to reach your arms up, you can, but you don't have to. As you exhale, we're going to fold slowly down. So bend your knees, maybe touch your feet, your shoes. Inhale, lift your chest halfway, lengthen your spine, let your hands slide up to the knees maybe. And with the exhale, fold forwards, bend your knees even more. Take an inhale and come all the way up. Maybe you're reaching your arms up, maybe you're not. But let your arms fall to your sides if that's where they are, if they're reaching up, and roll your shoulders back and down. So we're just gonna start to sway a little bit. The arms, kind of twisting a little bit too. You can lift your heels, you can keep them down. You can make this more of a twist if you want to focus on turning the chest. You can make this really effortless, just let the arms dangle, swing about. You might even let your eyes close or just look down in front of you. Just kind of let go of any stress that you're holding in your shoulders, in your chest, in your back. Take one more swing to either side and then slow it down. That turned into 3. Sometimes I don't want to stop moving this way. Slow it down though. And bring your feet back, maybe together, maybe hip width apart again. But an inhale to stand tall again, maybe reach your arms up. And exhale, let's fold back down. And can we pause in our forward fold? Let your upper body be heavy. Your arms dangle, or maybe they're resting on your feet or holding your legs. And then with the next inhale you take, just start to roll up to standing again. Maybe let your arms dangle again. Find your way all the way up to standing though. Reaching your arms up above you. Maybe interlacing the fingers, pushing the palms up and away. Maybe looking up. You can take a lean over to one side and then over to the other. And then back and forth. Finding center again, but maybe reaching up more. Stretch your body. And then let your arms fall back to your sides. Nice, you guys. We're going to take a seat again. Maybe on the floor, maybe in a chair. If you always sit cross-legged the same way, cross your legs the other way. Bring some length into the spine. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, start to turn your chest towards the right side. Maybe move your hands to your knees, behind you. Lengthen your spine though, sitting nice and still. Let an inhale bring you forwards. Exhale to the other side. Hold your twist, but continue to breathe. And then use an inhale to find your way back through center. And then if you are sitting in a chair, this is actually a little easier to do. But if you are on the floor and you're comfortable being on the floor, maybe come onto your knees if you're able. So our knees are just going straight out in front of us. But we're going to bring our hands to our low back. So maybe your palms are facing away. Start to lift the chest, the chin a little bit, drop the shoulders back and down. You can keep your hands on your low back. You could interlace the fingers for more, but lift your chest, lift your chin, maybe even squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit. And then we're going to fold forwards. So if you're in a chair or if you're kneeling like me, start to let your chest come down and maybe lift your hands up. If you're interlacing your fingers together, lift your hands off of your back. If you are just resting your hands on your low back, you could keep them there. Let your chest get as close to your knees as you can. And then use an inhale to lift back up. Let your hands come back to your lap. Maybe take a shoulder roll or two. And then we're going to stand back up because maybe you have to be seated for a very long period of time. So I'm making you move as subtly as I am able to. So find a standing position again. A little bit of balance. A few options too. So your right foot can stay down. If you want to keep it casual, maybe just lift your left foot up and try to hold your foot, hugging your heel towards your glute. Maybe your knees can be side by side. Feeling the hip flexor. So you could stay here a little bit longer, or you could bring your left foot down, step your right foot forwards and come into a deeper lunge. Now you can take this lunge as deep as you want to go, bending into the front knee. Keep your back heel lifted, and then maybe place your hands on your hips. Sink those hips forwards, feeling that hip flexor, the quad. If you feel comfortable here, stay. If you are able to bring your knee down, bring your knee down, sinking into the hips even more. And then maybe we can come back up the way we came. So if you brought your knee down, maybe you can tuck your back toes and lift them up. If you're in a lunge, maybe you can step your back foot up to the top. Maybe you end up in your quad stretch again, hugging the heel towards the glute. Letting your left foot come down all the way to the ground. Maybe give your legs a little bit of a shake. Lift your right foot. Stand on your left one. Hug your heel towards your glutes. Maybe give the knees a little squeeze together. Staying here. Or maybe you want to find your lunge. Step the feet as wide as you want to. Bend the front knee. Keep your back heel lifted. Sink into your hips. And say this is a pretty casual pose to be in if you're in an airport, parking lot. If you want your knee to stay lifted, it can. Your knee can come down too to deepen the stretch. Lengthen that hip flexor. Coming back the way we came. If you did come down, kneeling in your lunge, back into the strong lunge, the work. And then step your back foot up to the top. Oh, and maybe end up in your quad stretch just one last time. Nice, you guys. Let your feet come down. So if you want to turn to face away from your wall again, bring our feet out wide though. Hands to our knees. Bend your knees. Kind of rock side to side a little bit. Open up your hips. Maybe taking your fingers and turning them to face down on kind of the inside of the knees, the quads a little bit. You can keep your chest fairly high. You can kind of let it tip down. Keep your knees open. Maybe the movement through the hips stays. And then if you did kind of lower the chest, start to lift it back up a little. So you can also start to lengthen your legs again. You can step your feet all the way together. Maybe give them a nice little shake if you'd like. Reach your arms up if you want. Stand tall. And then with the exhale, fold forwards again. Bend your knees so that your low back feels good. Maybe adding a sway forwards and back. Maybe your hands are resting on your feet, holding your legs or your elbows. And if you are swaying forwards and back here, that movement might get a little bit bigger. Or maybe it doesn't. But lightly tucking your chin towards your collarbone, allow your arms, your shoulders to get a little bit heavier. Take one more breath here. Rolling your way up to standing. Maybe one vertebrae at a time. All the way until you reach the top. Maybe rolling the shoulders back and down. And then you might widen the feet again just a little and start to sway. Twist. Shake out your body. Take advantage of this space that you might have right now. Let it all go. The stresses of the day, where you gotta be next. Allow your body this free movement, twisting, swaying. It's all that matters. Right here, right now. You can start to slow it down if you don't want to. Keep going. But if you want to or have to, slow down your sway, and then maybe you can take a seat one last time in your chair or on the floor. Let your eyes close though. Rest your hands on your knees or in your lap. Bring some nice length into your spine. Bring softness into all areas of your body that don't need to be working right now. Find some stillness. Feel the breath. I hope that the rest of your day comes with some ease. Thank you so much for joining me. And Sean requested this class. I hope that you have a lovely holiday. Be safe, have fun. To anybody else that is also traveling, enjoy yourselves. I'm always here online if you need some extra yoga during your holiday. And if you're lucky like me and you just happen to be at home today, well, we're happy too. Have a great rest of your day, you guys, and I will see you very soon. Until then, namaste.